Yo, this is the Prophet X from Prophecy Productions. Today I have a special guest in the studio. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yo, it's one and only Elijah Valentine. What it do?
Elijah Valentine is in the studio. He's one of the artists that I mentor, both in music production and rap. And today I have 3 tips that will help you grow and become a better music producer.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it. So the first tip that I want to share with you is studying music. A lot of producers, they don't study music, they just sit down and start making it. If you want to improve as a music producer, it's very important that you don't just listen to it, but you actually study it. Let me give you an example. Let's say there's a hot new beat that you like that's on the radio. The radio is going to play that song probably 5 times an hour.
Exactly.
A good thing for you to do is every time you hear that song, focus on a different area of the beat to listen to. So the first time you hear it on the radio, you might just only focus on the drum pattern. Where's the kick playing? Where's the snare playing? And get that drum beat worked out in your mind. The next time you hear it, switch to the bass. Start listening only to the bass. Don't listen to the guy rapping. Listen to what's happening inside the music. Listen to the instruments that are playing. By the 5th time that you've heard it, you can say you have distinctly listened to every single part of that track. And that will help you to produce a track in a similar style that's going to give you a very modern feel.
Yeah, I like that. That's a really good point there.
Thank you. Appreciate that. The number 2 advice that I like to give to you guys for improving as a producer is improve on your own instrument, regardless of what it is, whether you're a bass player. You play bass, right?
I play bass, yes.
Okay. So if you're a bass player or a guitar player, or you play the flute or whatever it is, and even if your instrument is an online instrument or a virtual instrument and you're just playing the keys, but it's creating the sound of brass or a symphony, study that instrument so that you'll know if I'm playing in the right frequency range, is my instrument even able to produce those frequencies, right? That's like trying to play a piano, but you're playing it way up here, notes that the piano can't produce. You would need a lead for that instead. So improve on your instrument. If it's a guitar, pick up that guitar and play it every day. If it's a keyboard, learn a new chord every day. Something that's going to help you grow as a musician, because music is created by musicians. A lot of people think that music is created by producers. Music is created by musicians. It is produced by producers. Now we go into the studio and we say, yo, I'm gonna produce a beat. With no musicianship whatsoever, you just start tinkering around on the keyboard and you're like, yeah, it sounds pretty good. My advice for you, if you're watching this, to become a better producer is to study your instrument. Learn something on your instrument. We're on YouTube and there are thousands of tutorials that you can learn that will teach you how to improve on your instrument every single day. And what's very important, what I've been talking with Elijah about, is learn the basics of music theory and music instruction. Know which chords work together.
That's a gem right there. If you're smart, you will listen to what you just said, play it back.
Yes, absolutely.
Focus.
Learn the basics of the music production. Some notes don't work together, some chords don't work together. Again, there are tutorials. I even have some tutorials on my own channel right here on Prophecy Productions that will help you learn that part of it. The third tip that I want to share with you guys is learn your software. Now this is really important. What software do you use?
I use Reason 9.
Okay, I also use Reason 9, and one thing that separates me from a lot of other producers is I actually know how to use the software. I've been using it since Reason version 1, and I'll give you guys a tip. No matter what software, if you're using Reaper or Cakewalk or you're using Fruity Loops, when you open up your software, there's going to be all these different instruments and buttons and racks, and it's very daunting as a task. You're like, there's so much stuff in here. Pick one and learn that one until you fully understand it. So let's say you're in Reason and you use the Subtractor for creating your bass sound. Learn everything that the Subtractor does. Learn what all of those knobs do, so if you want to create your own sound or you want to have a more modern sound, you know how to produce it in the software that you're using. But you know, most people only know how to use about 10% of what their software is actually able to do.
I believe it. I believe that's
So
the place.
even if you said, I only know how to do 50% of what my software does, you would still be 40% higher than most other producers instantly.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So no matter what it is, whether it be your instrument plug-in, it could be an effect that you use. For instance, let's say you use a compressor regularly, know what the compressor does. Figure out the best settings so that when it comes time for you to compress vocals or compress bass or a kick drum, you know exactly what you're doing. You're not just fiddling around making funny EQs that look like a roller coaster.
The frustration sets in. You don't know what you're doing. I'll tell you that.
Yes, so tip number 3 is learn your software piece by piece. You don't have to learn the whole thing at once. Pick one portion of it. If it's the EQ, learn the EQ. This is the Prophet X from Prophecy Productions. I appreciate you guys hanging out. This is my boy Elijah Valentine. Look out for his EP dropping very soon. It's going to be super hot. We are in the studio right now working on it. Listen, if you like this video, I want you to go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it with your friends. Peace.